On Monday, Russia and Ukraine met face-to-face once again in Istanbul, a city now emerging as the unexpected stage for delicate wartime diplomacy.
Saygıdeğer katılımcılar, bugünkü toplantımızda iki ülkenin ateşkese dair koşullarını ve perspektiflerini değerlendirmeye devam etmeyi hedefliyoruz. Aynı zamanda insani mülazalarla savaş esirlerinin değişimi sürecini bir adım daha ileri taşımayı amaçlıyoruz.
Inside the Grand Siragan Palace, officials from both countries agreed to a somber and symbolic deal: the exchange of 6,000 fallen soldiers and at least 2,000 prisoners of war.
On release of prisoners of war, we agreed to focus on specific categories rather than numbers. We agreed to exchange all for all, seriously wounded and seriously sick prisoners of war. Second category is young soldiers who are from 18 to 25 years old, all for all. Also, we agreed to return 6,000 to 6,000 bodies of fallen soldiers. Children. We have provided the other side with a list of several hundred Ukrainian children who were deported to Russia.
The move, announced publicly by both delegations, comes amid renewed but fragile efforts to open broader channels of negotiation. Ukraine's defense minister Rustem Umerov and Russia's top negotiator Vladimir Medinsky confirmed the arrangement. All severely wounded and critically ill POWs will be exchanged, as well as every soldier under 25 years old still in captivity. It's the largest agreement of its kind since the full-scale war began in February 2022. This was the second round of direct talks in less than a month, following similar discussions on May 16th, which produced a major POW swap but no progress on ending the war. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, speaking from Vilnius, emphasized that while prisoner exchanges show that diplomacy is still alive, Russia continues to reject proposals for a comprehensive and unconditional ceasefire. What Russia did offer, however, was a temporary ceasefire, just 2 to 3 days, in selected frontline areas, to allow retrieval of bodies from battlefields. Ukraine, by contrast, proposed a full 30-day ceasefire across land, sea, and air, a plan Moscow declined to reciprocate. According to Russian state media, Moscow's broader demands for ending hostilities remain unchanged. These include Ukraine's full military withdrawal from 4 occupied regions, Donetsk, Luhansk, Zaporizhia, and Kherson, as well as Crimea. Russia is also calling for Ukraine to abandon its NATO ambitions, freeze its Western arms supply, demobilize its forces, and adopt Russian as a second official language. Kyiv and its allies view those terms as outright capitulation. For now, Ukraine is reviewing the Russian proposal and has suggested further talks later in June. Meanwhile, war rages on far beyond the negotiating table. Just 1 day before the Istanbul meeting, Ukraine launched one of its most ambitious drone operations yet, dubbed Spiderweb, targeting Russian airbases as far away as the Arctic, Siberia, and the Far East. Ukrainian forces claimed the destruction of over 40 Russian aircraft, including long-range strategic bombers. President Zelensky called it a turning point.
Europe, together with America, has better weapons than Russia. We also have stronger tactical solutions. Our Operation Spiderweb yesterday proved that. Russia must feel what its losses mean. That is what will push it toward diplomacy. And when Russia takes losses in this war, it's obvious to everyone that Ukraine is the one holding the line, not just for itself, but for all of Europe.
Russia retaliated with its largest drone barrage since the war began, launching 472 drones in a single night. Ukraine says it shot down the majority, but many reached civilian targets. The Kremlin, for its part, reported intercepting 162 Ukrainian drones. Despite the chaos, Turkey's Foreign Minister Hakan Fidan called the talks a step forward, and President Erdogan expressed hope to bring Zelensky and Putin face to face, possibly even alongside US President Donald Trump. Still, skepticism runs deep. Ukraine's position, total ceasefire and restoration of territorial sovereignty, remains non-negotiable. For now, 6,000 soldiers will return home to be buried, and a new group of POWs may soon reunite with their families. But the road to peace is still blocked by the hard realities of war and the unwillingness to compromise on core national identities. Whether June's proposed talks can change, that remains uncertain.